Let's get more on this. Joining me now is Moshe Lavi. His brother-in-law, Omri Miran, was kidnapped by Hamas on October the 7th in front of his wife and two young children. Moshe, good to have you back on the show. Really appreciate you taking the time. You and I, Moshe, have spoken on numerous occasions. I think it's fair to say this is the closest we have been to an end, of course, to this war, to having hostages home. How hopeful are you, Moshe, that this could be it?
Thank you for having me today. I think you are correct in saying that this is the closest we've felt. We'll add to that a caveat that while it is closer than ever, it can break apart easily. Negotiations are a tough business, especially when we conduct them with a terrorist organization. And there are going to be so many obstacles before the framework is going to be agreed upon. Our goal as families is to see that the first phase of the deal is implemented as soon as possible. The release of the 48 hostages in the first 72 hours after a deal is concluded. And we're going to urge policymakers to make every effort they can to ensure that, because life might be lost, both Israeli lives, Gazan lives, if negotiations will take too long. That's going to be my mission in DC this week when I head there tonight.
You're heading there tonight. I understand your sister, who of course has shown the most incredible strength over the past 2 years. I understand she's traveling there, or maybe she's already there, Moshe, of course, to mark October the 7th. How does she see this moment of hope and light, but like you said, clearly of so much uncertainty at this juncture?
Yes, my sister is traveling to DC. I'm looking forward to meet her there and be by her side in this momentous week. Just like me, she's trying as well to stay grounded and realistic as much as possible. We were disappointed time and again in the past 2 years when negotiations collapsed, and in return we received only escalations and the loss of lives, including of hostages who were executed and murdered by Hamas as a result. And so what we're going to focus this week is, again, to keep pushing and advocating, remaining sober to the fact that this is going to be very difficult, but the hope is still there, and the hope will remain there until this crisis is over.
And I think for so many families, who probably be watching this and thinking, how exactly do you keep that light burning? How exactly, Moshe, do you and your family maintain your hope among all of this? Because I did see that you put on X, it's now or never. And we also know from President Trump, who has been applying a lot of the pressure, that this is their last chance, right? Hamas's last chance at a deal. How then do you keep the conversation, that light burning? And are you in conversation also with the Netanyahu government? What are they telling you over the last couple of days?
To your first question, we keep the light going by looking in the eyes of my nieces, Ronnie and Alma, 4 years old and 2 years old, looking how much life and beauty and earnest honesty you can see in them, seeing how much hope you see in those eyes. And those eyes give me strength, because I want to see them have happier eyes when they reunite with Omri, when he embraces them at last. So they gave me the strength and the motivation to keep going. The future of our country. They are the future of our country and the future of the region. The young children who survive October the 7th and will build our country. And to your second question, we're always in contact with all policymakers, whether here in the US or back home in Israel. At this moment, what we ask everyone is to keep diplomacy in the shadows, to not talk too much about what is discussed in the rooms, in the closed rooms, and instead focus on finding a formula to agree on a deal with Hamas. It's going to be difficult. Again, it's a terrorist organization. They have conditions that cannot be accepted, as well for Gazans who should not be living under an Islamist tyranny that they've been living under. And so we'll keep pushing. That's our role as families, and keep telling the stories of Omri and the remaining 48 hostages.
And just finally, I'm going to ask my producer, Kate, to bring back those images of Omri and his daughters, of course, beautiful photos. And I know, and I can see, you can see how little, I think, one of your nieces, I think she was only 6 months or so, Moshe, when your brother-in-law was taken brutally by Hamas. I wonder, with your older niece, what has she asked you about his absence? What kind of conversations, what is she telling you?
I was in Israel a week ago for Rosh Hashanah, the Jewish New Year, and we had some conversations with my niece, Roni. We don't introduce her to the intricacies of negotiations or stuff like that, but we do discuss the fact that we are working hard to make sure Omri, her father, will return. She knows bad people took him. She remembers being held captive herself for hours by Hamas terrorists. She especially remembers being awakened with 5 terrorists surrounding her at gunpoint. And she knows, and she asked for Omri. She prays for him only this week. When we build the sukkah in where they're displaced right now, she put a wish in a balloon in the sukkah, and she said once the balloon will explode, her wish will come true. And that wish was for the war to end, for Omri to return, for all the hostages to return, and for our soldiers to return in peace as well. And I'm going to work as hard as possible to make sure that peace, that wish comes true, because that's my goal, that's my duty as an uncle. And I hope Omri somehow hears all the things we do, even though he's in torture, in duress, deprived of food, sanitation, and sunlight. I hope he hears some of the work we do as families of hostages to bring him home. And I hope it gives him the strength he needs to survive just a bit longer until he's home.
Here's hoping, Moshe, really hope that your niece's wishes do come true. We're all praying, of course, for you, and all praying for an end of this horrific war. Thank you very much, Moshe. Wishing you all the best. Thank you. Really appreciate it.
Thank you.
Some actors